Hello everyone, this is Jack Wu, your host for Success Edge. Today I want to talk about how do you stay motivated constantly. I have so many people ask me, wow, I have looked at you from the day you started the insurance business 20 years ago. Now after 20 years later, you are still motivated. You were motivated when you were broke. You were motivated when you become well off. You are even more motivated when you became wealthy. What are your secrets to stay motivated consistently and constantly? And some people even say, what kind of Red Bull, what type of brand of Red Bull did you drink? What kind of coffee did you drink that you can stay motivated like this every single time, every single day? Look, for me to stay motivated is extremely easy actually. I'm gonna share with you how I stay motivated all the time. Number one, find an opportunity that can get you fired up and have a lot of passion when you wake up in the morning every single day. If you're simply chasing after money and lifestyle, it won't last you for a long time. Always go with something you have passion about. Whatever you love to do, always search for that one opportunity that you love with passion first. Once you got that, then the second thing is very important. Surround yourself with highly motivated and positive people all the time. That was one of my biggest mistakes early on in my career is I was guilty not paying attention to some of the people that used to grow up with me together. And I felt so guilty because I was hustling, I was working so hard, and I just don't want to leave them behind. So I ended up to have to lower my standard and hang around with them from time to time because I felt very guilty. But you know what it's going to do to you? If you hang around with people who's negative, who has low standard, they will actually bring you down. The minute I got rid of all of those negative people in my life and surrounded myself with all positive people in my life, I was constantly motivated every single day because you are part of your environment, believe it or not. The power of association is so critical for you to stay energetic all the time or stay depressed, stay negative, stay very monotone all the time. So who do you decide to hang around with has everything to do with your success in the long haul. Number three, constantly searching for your why and next why. Unless you understand your true why in life and business, you won't be motivated. I don't care if simply making enough money to survive or retire your parents like what I did, one of my why before, or buy a nice car, or maybe move into your dream house, or maybe vacation 3 times a year, or maybe a bigger purpose, charity, helping others people, and ultimately to legacy. Your why has to be so strong. But the key is not about how big your why is. The key is find out what drives you, because everybody are wired differently. Some people love this thing here, some people love that thing over there. Whatever drives you, you got to clearly understand what will get you to go to the next level. But that why got to be so strong. And number 4 is reward yourself after reaching certain goals. For you to stay motivated all the time, you can't just keep working, have no rewards. I'm all about, making effort, work extremely hard, hit a goal, hit a milestone, and then reward myself. Many years ago when I started, I didn't have a lot of money back then. It was like if I hit certain sales goal, I would go to Las Vegas every 90 days. It was fun for me. It's still fun for me right now. I go to Vegas, and then eventually from Las Vegas, I elevated to Asia. I went to Singapore last year, right? I went to Singapore for about 10 days, stay at the Marina Bay Resort, one of the biggest casino in the world. They have an infinity pool on the rooftop on the casino called Marina Bay. Had an amazing time over there. Went to do a lot of shopping over there as well. Then exactly about 3 weeks ago, I went down to Europe, right? I went down to Europe, Italy. It started with Sorrento, Italy. Then I went down to Lake Como, Italy, where the billionaires live at. George Clooney has a house over there. Then I went down to Florence, Italy, did a lot of shopping down there, and ultimately I ended up at the Water City, Venice, Italy. So every time when I hit a certain goal, I like to reward myself to go to an exotic new location so I can be inspired even more and get even more motivated and inspired to get to another level, right? And I'm a big fan of nice cars. I love cars. I know that's what also drive me when I was much younger back then. In my first car many years ago was only a BMW convertible 320i. It wasn't even that expensive. It was like $60,000. But I was 21 years old back then. It drove me to work so hard, right, to get that car. Then I elevated to a Mercedes SL 500. It was over $100,000, okay? And then by the time I think about 27, 28 years old, I drove my first Maserati. It was the Gran Turismo. It was a very nice car, about $130,000. And then ultimately I elevated to a Ferrari, right? A California T 2 years ago. And last year I got my Lamborghini Huracan as well. The key is that you got to set big goals and also attached to those goals. If you hit it, it gotta have some kind of reward and prizes behind it. But key is understanding this. The key is not to just buy things, go on vacations, buying all this stuff if you don't hit goal. Your goals got attached to a big price. But the only way you can pay yourself and get the price, whatever the price might be, is what? Is to make sure you hit your goal first and be honest with yourself first, okay? The last one, which is a big one for me to stay motivated all the time for 20 years now, is I learned how to brainwash myself positively. Now, a lot of you say, what do you mean by that, brainwash? Guys, we've been brainwashed by TV, by outside news, by a lot of negative news in the world. We've been brainwashed negatively every single day, believe it or not. Why not brainwash yourself positively? Read more books, set higher goals. One of the things that I learned how to brainwash myself for many years is learn how to stay broke when I actually became rich. And that's a big one right there. Not to even mention a lot of you still broke, right? When you're broke, you got to work hard because you got to survive. You got to pay your bills. You got to pay mortgage payment on time. You got to make sure that food is on the table for your kids. But the hardest thing is that once you achieve a certain level of success in your life, you make enough money, most people stop eventually because they can't stay hungry anymore. So the key to keep being motivated all the time, constantly, is to brainwash yourself that you are broke every single day. You sleep rich, you wake up, you're broke. So it's all about mindset. That's what I'm saying to you. If today I think and I act like a multimillionaire, probably I won't be as motivated because I will start to become complacent, comfortable, and laid back. But if I wake up in the morning, I brainwash myself that today I'm still broke, then guess what? My brain tells me that if you're broke, you gotta go work, you gotta go hustle, you're gonna talk to more people, you're gonna pick up the phone and make some extra phone calls to get that deal closed. Got it? If you do those 5 things, you can stay motivated all the time and every time without drinking any Red Bull. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope my short message, my short episode today can give you a clear idea exactly what can you do to stay motivated constantly, okay? Guys, until then, I want to see every single one of you at my next episode of Success Edge. Take care.